All right. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Alright, testing again, testing again. Might as well just turn this all the way up. Testing one last time. Silence. All right, folks, welcome back to another stream. This is a little bit of a surprise stream. Well, maybe not that much of a surprise for some of you guys. Although I am going a little bit later today than some of you probably expected. On the last few Saturday streams I did, I think I started streaming around 12 or 1 p.m. Tonight we're going live at 10:30 p.m. Very late, even for me. So, yeah, I apologize for that, but I didn't wake up till about an hour ago. Had to go get some food, make my thumbnails, plural, update the super chat slides and stuff like that. So, did I buy this version? Yes, I bought this version. I have the original game here. I'll actually even show it to you. So, there's Patchouli. That's my kitty. But this is it right here. We're going to be playing the Korean version of Megaman X6 tonight. It was only released on PC. It was only released in Korea, which is kind of strange. I'm actually surprised they didn't do a port for North America. Maybe an X5 just didn't perform well enough. But yes, this is an original version of the game. I had to pay more for this than I really wanted to, and really anyone should really want to for Mega Man X6. But yes, I buy expensive games and play them so you don't have to. So yeah, we're going to be playing through this version of the game today, and you know, it's got a bad rap, to be honest with you, but it's not as bad as some people have made it out to be. It's got some quirks though that I'll talk about once we get into it, but one of the quirks is its visual filter. So what I'm going to do is show you what the game looks like normally when you first fire it up, and then I'll show you the game with a sharpened filter, or not a sharpened filter, but a lack of a filter, which makes everything look sharp, which is how you'd probably want to play the game. You don't like Mega Man X6 either? Mega Man X6? I don't blame you. Okay, so let's switch back over here. But yeah, this is going to be Mega Man X6 for PC. Or Rockman X6, as it says on the title screen. It's like a mix of the Japanese Rockman X6 with the Mega Man, the North American Mega Man X6 logo, which is kind of interesting. So, but yeah, before we kick things off, as usual, we're going to do the old Patreon shout-out. So thanks everyone that is continuing to back my channel via places like Patreon. No updates since Thursday night, but I appreciate everybody else continuing to back my channel. And thanks to everyone that has backed the channel in the past, even if you're not backing it anymore. I appreciate all the support that you've given me. So, likewise with the recent live stream super chatters and channel members. Thanks to the few folks that gave super chats on last Thursday's stream. Thanks to Shiny Philistine, who just actually gave a super chat today before we even started. So thanks a ton for that. And he said, don't forget the shock buffer, which is it's an item you can get in this game, which helps out a lot. Although we're probably not going to need it for this playthrough because we're not playing extreme mode like I did last time when I played this on my channel. Also, big shout out to our channel members and Deadly Gaming. He got the gold badge by his name. That means that he's been a channel member for a full year now. I can't believe it's been a year since channel memberships have been live. So thank you so much, Gary, aka Deadly Gaming. And, yeah, so one quirk about this game is the full motion video won't play. Like, it is playing in the background and you can hear it, but it won't display. So I haven't been able to get that working. So we've got no full motion video, which is fine. Most of the cutscenes and whatnot are just still images and text. But yeah, you can see that the image here looks quite blurry. And, let me stop the preview on my end. Yeah, the image looks quite blurry. And, so what I'm going to do is show you the first demo level with the stock visuals, and then I'll show you how to make a tweak that will give you nice, sharp graphics. So now, because this is the Korean version of the game, none of this, you know, makes sense, but you basically have difficulty options and whatnot up top. We're going to leave it on the normal difficulty mode. And then the third option down are your controls. And what I'm going to do is switch this to the R1 key, like so. Now, one thing that is kind of annoying about this version of the game is that I'm using my PS1 Classic USB controller. It doesn't recognize the X button, so I have to adjust my controls to a setup that I'm not used to. So we're basically going to be using circle for jump, triangle for fire, and then R1 for dashing. So, and with that, we hit enter to exit, and then we're going to go ahead and do game start. We're going to start a brand new game here and get right into it. This playthrough should probably take us it should probably take us about 2.5 to 3 hours to get through this, I'm guessing. Megaman X6 is a very challenging game. It's got a lot of trollish level design and whatnot. I do enjoy the game quite a bit, actually, because it is a challenge. But that is... Sorry, we have to actually... Okay, we have to actually quit out and change my controls again. But yeah, I do enjoy Mega Man X6 quite a bit because it is a challenge, but it is... There are some things about this game that are just really tough to deal with. So let's do that, and then that. Wait. What? Okay, that should be fire. So this should be fire. 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 Jump. Jump. Okay. So that should be that. That should be that. Wait. What? No. That's dash. Fire. Jump. Jump. Fire. That's how it should be. I'm pretty sure that's how it should be. This is the problem with it not being in English. So, let's try this again. One quirk I also found is that you can change your controls in this, but they only apply to a brand new game, which makes it extra frustrating to deal with. Red Zeo, yes, we are just starting. Yeah. Oh, for God's sake. Did this game magically change its control setup, like, you know, while it was turned off somehow? Alright, let's try this again. This is frustrating. I'm gonna actually take it when I get it correct. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it so I don't forget it. So like that is number 2. That is number 1. So we have to reverse these actually. Okay. 1, 2, 8. Let's remember that. 1, 2, 8, guys. Remember that for me, in case I forget. 1, 2, 8. Assuming it's correct anyway. Alright. Let's hope this is right this time. Please be right. Please be right. Please be right. Yes! It is right! Alright, so 1, 2, 8. Okay, so there are a couple of issues here. For one, you notice that it's a really smudgy looking image. It's got a bilinear filter on top of it. And there's no way to disable that in-game. Also, there are speed levels. So if you put it on the highest speed level, the highest speed level means it's really slow. So you can move it down a level like so, and then move it down another level. You use the F2 and F3 and F4 keys to do that. I've seen some YouTube videos of this game, this version, and they had the speed settings set really high. So the game runs really slow, and I don't even know if the people making those videos knew that you could adjust the speed. But it also runs a little, it skips around a little bit, and the reason for that is there is frame skipping. You can hit F5 to enable it or disable it. It comes enabled by default, which is really odd as well. So we're going to disable frame skipping, and then the game runs a lot smoother. Now, unfortunately, you experience a lot of screen tearing in this game, but that's just something we have to deal with. There's no way to get around that, unfortunately. So we basically will just be dealing with the screen tearing as we play through this game. So what I'm going to do is get through this first level, and then I'm going to save it and then exit the game, and then I'm going to show you how to disable the filter. You can do it outside the game with DirectX settings, using DX-Diag from the Windows Run prompt. And so this demo stage here actually isn't very long. It's not very long at all, so we should be able to get through this pretty quickly. And I played through this game earlier this week on Twitch. It took me 2 streams to do it, trying to get used to the game again. I hadn't played X6 past the demo stage since last year's X6 PS1 streams that I did on YouTube. I did two Megaman X6 streams on YouTube, and that was right after I learned the game too, so it was fresh on my mind, or fresh in my mind, but taking a year-long break from this game, man, I was like having to relearn it from the ground up again, in a way. Not entirely, but I had forgotten a lot about this game, so... Alright, so first boss here, he's actually pretty easy. You can hit him in the head to do little damage, but the idea is to hit this eyeball thing over here, and then he falls down, and then you do a lot of damage to him. Yes, Shiny Philistine, it was X5 where the DX-Diag trick does not work. I tried it, and I tried it in a variety of different ways, and yeah, it does not work. Although, funny enough, the Korean version of X5 has a way to run it in software mode, but the US version of it doesn't. So, I actually ended up getting the Korean X5 with this X6. And I'm glad I did now. And so we will definitely be streaming that version of X5 sometime soon, and probably in the next couple of weeks, most likely. Alright, so this is, and Raymond says 128 for reference. This is high max. This is kind of like the Vile fight in the first Mega Man X. You can't actually win this fight, so you just take a bunch of damage, and then it just forces you to lose. And so what we're going to do is save our progress now. And it's going to ask us for a new file, so let's do number 5. And there we go. Okay, so since I just saved it, I can probably just quit out like that. I just did an Alt F4. Okay, so to get around the bilinear filter on Megaman X6 PC is to do DX diag from your run prompt. And this takes you to the DirectX diagnostics tool in Windows. So this is actually a really good tool to keep in mind if you're having trouble with certain, like you can check your, the sound card compatibility and test Direct 3D and whatnot. So what we've got is we have Direct Draw, Direct 3D, and the AGP texture acceleration all enabled. So Direct Draw, we want to disable that. It'll actually disable all 3 of those at once. And so you don't want to disable this if you plan on playing something else, or if you do plan on playing something else, you want to come back in and enable this. But with that disabled, it basically disables the DirectX hardware acceleration, and now it won't apply a bilinear filter on everything. So let's go ahead and hit escape, so you can hear the full motion videos trying to play again. And you can already tell so far that the visuals are a lot sharper. They still don't look as good as, say, the PC port of Megaman X6. Oh, actually, we have to go and change our controls again. Whenever you quit, it doesn't save your control. So it was 1, 2, 8. Okay, so 1, 2, 8. All right. Thanks, Raymond, for that again. And now we can go to continue. And we should be able to select that, and it should just put us right where we left off. So a much sharper image now. It doesn't look as good, again, as Mega Man X4. I don't know if it's because of, the screen being stretched, or the screen being stretched in-game wider than it should be, or something like that. But it's still a lot easier on the eyes than the bilinear filter.
Julie, come on up, Julie.
Okay, so you can hit S on the keyboard to go to your parts screen. Unfortunately, we don't have any parts right now. And we can hit S again to go to rescue. And this is a list of all the all your comrades you can find throughout the game. It's very important to find them if you see them, because a lot of them will give you parts. And the parts can increase your skills. You can jump higher, run faster, dash faster, shoot harder, take less damage, things like that. So Guruman won't install if you don't adjust it to Asian's hours time. That's really odd. That's interesting. That's good to know, Lane. I didn't know that. I don't plan on playing a lot of Asian releases. I just wanted to play Mega Man X on PC in a variety of forms. Because I got Mega Man X3 and Mega Man X4 on PC, and I did live streams of both of them on YouTube here. And so naturally, I wanted to get X5 and X6 and play through both those as well. X6 was only available in Korea, though, and so it's a little bit harder to get. But I don't plan on importing many other PC games, if any. I can't really think of any off the top of my head I want to import. Okay, so you have 2 choices here. You've got Unarmored X, kind of like you do in classic, Mega Man X games. Do not play as Unarmored X on a first playthrough. You will get your ass handed to you. Just don't do it. Play as Falcon. Falcon is the armor set that we started off with on the introduction stage. The Unarmored X mode, in my opinion, shouldn't have really been a feature available from the beginning. It should have been something you unlock after you beat the game, or something like that. It's like the extra hard mode of the game, and there are even some jumps in the game that aren't even meant to be made with Unarmored X, and so there's just some things that are nearly impossible to do with him, and it's very difficult. Alright, so what I'm going to do is actually hit F5 again to turn off frame skipping. You have to remember to do that every time you play the game. It always re-enables itself. So you also have the Z-Saber, which by default with this controller is mapped to L2. And it's actually a pretty good weapon. It does some decent damage. You're going to see me using it quite a bit. And our first capsule is right here. It's a very easy capsule to get. Now, capsules are not applied immediately. You have to get 4 capsules of the same kind to actually have the ability usable. So there are basically 2 armor sets you can work towards getting. One is the blade armor and one is the shadow armor, which we'll be using the shadow armor later on. I'm not going to be using the blade armor because it's just not that good. And I'm going to actually come over here. First, I'm going to use my Giga Attack. One of the nice things about the Falcon armor is you do have the Giga Attack. And, you know, it has to charge back up. I don't know if that happens with killing enemies or something like that. But what we're going to do here is just try to come back. So basically what I wanted to do is have this little platform respawn. He wasn't supposed to fall off, but because I attacked him, he did. And there's an energy tank up there, or a sub-tank. Now these guys right here are called nightmares. They drop these souls that you can pick up, and these are important. They're like sort of a currency in a way, because the more souls you get, the more equipment slots you open up for when you get your parts. So it's important to try to get these souls whenever you see them. And we're gonna fall down here. And there's our first heart tank. Heart tanks, if you're not familiar with Mega Man X games, permanently increase your health bar. Raymond's gonna play as Unarmored X now. Hey, Happy, welcome to the stream. So, this part of the game is very much quite difficult with Unarmored X. There are some leaps of faith involved. But with Falcon armor, it's a little bit easier because you can air dash. I think you might not die as quickly as well. So what I want to do is try to get up to the top here. And these guys are pretty annoying. They're sort of blade projectiles. They sort of track you in a way. And these guys also respawn. So you have to be very quick to get by them if you want to not take damage. And that's it. I think those are all the rescues that we can get. And the rescues give you an extra life as well. So this game has some fairly sloppy level design, but having the rescues in the levels sort of balances out the sloppy design. Because yeah, you're going to die, but you'll get an extra life again for every rescue that you pick up. Alright, so our first boss here, I'm just going to sit here and use my Z-Saber on him. Like I said, it does some decent damage. And when you use the Z-Saber, I find that the invincibility frames that the bosses have seem to be a little bit less than if you hit them via other means. So it's actually a decent way of doing fairly rapid damage. Now that's one of the easier bosses in the game. There are some quite challenging bosses in Mega Man X6. Also, I wanted to make a disclaimer that this game is probably going to crash on us quite a bit over the course of this playthrough, and when that happens, we have to redo the levels again, because a lot of times it'll crash before we actually get to a save screen. But fortunately, we got to this save screen, so we don't have to worry about it here. But it is something to keep in mind. I don't know if it's a result of just the game being buggy, or if it's a result of me turning off the DirectX functionality. I don't know. But I've had quite a few 2D games crash in the exact same way, like Mega Man X3. And there we go. So we've got some parts, but unfortunately we don't have enough souls, so we can't actually equip any. There's that X field with 5 blocks in the top right-hand portion. That's where your equipment actually goes. So unfortunately we can't actually do anything there. So what I'm going to do is actually go to this Inami Temple, which is our second guy. And again, Falcon once more. This is Rainy Turtleoid? 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 Turtleoid. Carlos, I'm not going for the shock buffer, man. I know you're being funny, but I'm not going for the shock buffer. I'm playing the game the way I normally do. Thank you. We're not playing on extreme mode. You guys have to remember, I know you're being funny, but you have to remember that the last time you saw me play this game, I was playing extreme mode, which is extremely difficult. There are no health drops, enemies do way more damage, the game is a lot more difficult. We are not playing extreme mode, we're just playing the game normally, so I've got my own strategy to get through the game. I just wanted to get that out of the way so you don't just keep making that joke the whole night, because it will get old, and it's kind of unnecessary, because we don't need it. Need is the key word here. Key word is need. We do not need it. But we will get it, most likely. It's just gonna come. It's just gonna come eventually as we play the game. Yes, that extreme mode run really wasn't that much fun. I mean, it was fun that, in that, you know, you guys were hanging out, and I think it was entertaining for you guys, but it was a frustrating playthrough, absolutely. But we still ended up doing it. We succeeded. Which was nice, you know? Partway through the playthrough, I actually thought I had to give up. But no, we were able to persevere, get some items that were left over, and we succeeded. So what's interesting about this level on PC is that it slows down when the rain kicks in. Why a PC game slows down is beyond me. It just seems like this game is very poorly optimized. Because Windows XP is not on this machine lane. This is a machine that you shouldn't really even install Windows XP on. It's old hardware. This is a CPU from 2000 with 512 megs of RAM. And I have another computer with XP on it. This machine is just for Windows 98, and then I have another machine just for Windows 95. And one of the problems you run into with XP is that some Windows 95 programs might have issues with it. And on Windows XP, you can't run DOS programs. I have Windows 98 on here so I can run Windows and DOS programs. And I'm not using DOSBox. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, Raymond. It's actually raining here today as well. Okay, so for this part, I have to actually slide down and touch her like that. There's some tricky rescue placement in this game. But that's another reason why I suggest having Falcon armor, because you can air dash and things like that. Hey, Mike, welcome back, dude. So we're going to fall down here and then air dash over, just like that. That was very close, actually. But yes, I have multiple PC builds. Like I said, again, I have a Windows 95 build, which has a Pentium 200 megahertz processor inside of it. Then I have another build, which is this one, which is just for Windows 98. It's got an Athlon XP 3000 plus CPU, which is 2.1 gigahertz. And then I have another PC, which is an AMD Phenom 2 quad-core, which dual boots into Windows XP and Windows 7. And then I have my modern PC, which is running the stream for everything else that's current. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is trigger 2 of these bats. You need the shadow armor to get through these spikes. But you can sort of glitch your way through it. You can take advantage of invincibility frames. But I can't do it because I'm not getting both these bats to trigger at once. There we go. That's what I want. Oh. But since we've got so many rescues, I've got a ton of lives. The beeping is the exclamation mark that pops up on the right-hand side of the screen. So if you look at the bottom right, there's an exclamation. Whenever I run into an area, it beeps. Now, I don't think... Yeah, I can't even... I don't have the right button mapped to actually trigger it, so I'm not going to worry about it. Basically, Alia from your base can give you some tips and whatnot whenever that exclamation mark comes up, but... Come on, guys. Got it. So that's how you can sort of skip through that and get the capsule early. And I guess that's probably for your blade armor. I have no idea, because it's not in English. Sound like an 80s calculator watch? Yeah. So we're going to actually be using that trick quite a bit here, like right here. Boom. Hi. Boom. You just skip right through it. Just like so. I'm going to do it again here as well. Unfortunately, we're going to die there. It is possible to actually jump and air dash just slightly enough to where you can actually fit your way through the spikes, but it's very risky. So we're going to do it over here as well. Fortunately, I can just slam to that. Look at that. Got it. Very nice. Alright, so we're actually not going to fight the boss. We're going to take this alternate way and, oh, for God's sake, already? Whenever it crashes, it usually does it at loading screens like that. So when that happens too, I have to reboot my computer because the game won't work again until I restart. So all that we just did, we actually have to do again. I actually wasn't expecting it to crash that early, but now you get to understand the hell I had to go through trying to relearn this game. Last week on Twitch. It did it to me once on Sigma's level. I had to go through all 8 bosses because you have to refight all the bosses before you fight Sigma. And then so I fought all the bosses, went into Sigma's room, and it crashed. And I was like, oh god. So I had to go and fight all 8 bosses again. It was bad. That airplane sound is my my CD-ROM drive, apparently. So there you guys go. You get a little kitty action. As things load up here, let's try that again. Hey, Tony. Oops. I need to configure my controls. 1, 2, 8. Oh, how are you doing tonight, Tony? Alright, so let's try that again. So what I might actually do is just fight the boss this time. Yeah, I was like, you know, I'm gonna go fight Zero. So we can well, we're not gonna play as Zero, but I can if I wanted to. If I really wanted to, I could. I mean, if we have enough viewership tonight, I mean, I could potentially do 2 runs if people are interested. Okay, we have to disable frame skipping again. But it all depends on how many people are out there and how fast the chat is moving. Hey, James! Channel membership, what? Thank you, sir. Mr. Jim over there will have a G by his name now, which is pretty awesome. I like seeing that, I like seeing the chat fill up with all those G icons. Thank you, James. And Jim's Retro Zone. And I'll get your name on the slide for next week as well. So thank you very much, sir. Maybe for a month or two? Okay. However long you want. Yeah, so what's cool about channel membership is that, you know, it's a way of supporting the channel, but you get some small perks as well on the chats, and also if you post any comments on my regular YouTube videos, your name will also show up with the custom icon by it, which is cool. Shining Philistine, yeah, I think the error is related to direct draw. But I've gotten it on a variety of games. Even games that are functioning perfectly fine. Megaman X6 was one where I would get the error on one specific boss when he did a very specific attack. It was really weird. And it was consistent. It was always at the same spot. And every time he did the attack, it would crash. Which is why when I streamed that game a couple weeks ago, I basically said, okay, I have to make sure that I don't get this boss to do a certain attack, otherwise the game will crash. But honestly, the crash is just something I put up with. In the case of this game, because it's really ugly to look at, especially on my CRT monitor here. It's really, really ugly to look at without software rendering. So, like I said, we're gonna have to do this again. I am not gonna take the portal this time. I'm just gonna go straight to the boss fight. And, oops, the error really seems to only crop up when it goes to, like, load screens. So, when I go into a boss room, it doesn't go to a load screen. It was the bit and bite fight, yeah, the combo bit and bite fight, yep. There we go. Nope, I despawned the other guy. Alright, let's try this again.
Ready?
Alright, so like I said, we have to do all this over again. Not a big deal. It's not like it's hard. Nice. Alright, so now we have to kill all these little eyeball-looking things. This is what releases the barrier around the core at the end. Actually, you know what? I actually do want to go through here, because I just remembered there's a whole extra area. And I think there are some more rescues here. Yeah, okay. I actually didn't come here on my last playthrough, come to think of it. Alright, so we need to take it relatively safe here, because there are a lot of spikes on the floor. And you'll scroll the screen down, and then you'll just land on spikes. Yes, Carlos, that's what those teleporters do. They take you to the alternate areas to fight Zero, and then High Max, and then Dynamo. Dynamo is one of the characters you fight in Megaman X6, so he makes a reappearance here. But the first fight is Zero. But these comrades are what I wanted. Yeah, I completely forgot about these guys on my last playthrough. Dynamo is also good to fight because he can drop a lot of souls. So if you need to unlock another item slot, you can go to these areas and fight Dynamo a bunch of times. It's the fastest way to get souls. It's still slow. If you're trying to get the last slot, especially. But it is faster than getting souls the normal way. Alright, so if you want to play a Zero in this game, this is how you do it. And that does pretty much no damage. It's very, very little damage. All right. Megaman X6 Korean Extreme Mode. I am not, because we are not playing Extreme Mode. And we're going to skip through all the cutscenes and stuff like that. It's just, one of my least favorite aspects of Megaman X6 is how lazy, you know, story segments were implemented. It's just flat images, no animation on them, no nothing. No creativity involved, basically, on them. No effort, per se. Alright, so we go back to the part screen. Still can't equip anything, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm gonna actually come back to this place again. But now we can play a 0 if we wanted to, which is cool. Korean X6 crashy mode. Oh, man. That's for raging, Jin. I'm gonna actually take that one out because most people don't know what it is. It's when I destroyed a Zool 2 cartridge at the end of a Let's Play on camera. I have a video on my channel of it, and that's what it's what it's referencing. Oh, so there's supposed to be a 4th fight, Ridley. I didn't know that. I mean, was it actually programmed in and it's just bugged? That's the first I've heard of that. I assume that they were just meant to only be 3 fights and that's it. But yeah, I do plan on getting rid of the hammer emote sometime. Trying to replace it with something else more people will use. One thing I can also do is switch over to this, which makes life a little bit easier. Replace it with salt? Yeah, I thought there was already a salt emote on YouTube itself. I need to look for it. Yeah, I had thought about that too. Yeah, Steve, this is the Korean version of Megaman X6 on PC. On PC, it was only released in Korea. There is no Japanese version of it, from what I understand. Now, on one hand, I thought to myself, like, why would they release this in Korea only? But then I thought about it. I was like, well, it is Megaman X6. No one likes this game. And PC gaming in Korea is fairly popular. So, I don't know. I guess it makes some sense. It's supposed to happen when you get 5,000 souls, but when you get 4,500 or so, gate stage will automatically open. Oh, okay, I see. But what if... Wait. But yeah, it takes a long time to get 4,500 souls, though. So you should be able to go and do those areas. Hey, Mark. Okay, let's go ahead and use our Giga attack. Oh, I messed it up. Not much, man. Thanks for joining up again. So for this fight, I just go ahead and just use my Z-Saber over and over. And I just tank like this. But you have to destroy these green crystals, otherwise you can't do any damage to him. There we go. Hey, Phantom. Got off work 20 minutes ago. Going out in an hour. Nice. Yeah, $240 a week is not much at all. No, it's all good, James. Alright, there we go. Mark loves the Mega Man. As everybody should. Mega Man's great. Alright, so we have a slot open now. So what we're going to do is do Hyper Dash. Rapid 5. It's a sort of a rapid kind of shot. It's interesting. I don't usually use it, though. Okay, so with that out of the way, I don't think I can get this item in the Amazon area. Actually, you know, I'm gonna try something here. I probably shouldn't, but we're gonna try it anyway. A minimum for Patreon donation? Yeah, you can do $1 a month, Mike. It's a monthly. It's charged monthly. You sign up, and then you just... Yeah, you just... Ooh, man, yeah, look how far I'm going with that. Yeah, I mean, you could sign up and do $1 a month. That's the minimum, basically. Yeah, I'm super fast now with this Hyper Dash. Let's see if we can actually get this. Oh, no, we can't. I thought that maybe I'd be able to get it. Oh, I can! Okay, so you just need the Hyper Dash for that then. See, that's what I like about Megaman X6, is I'm still learning stuff about the game. And just through experimentation as well. Yeah, so I wanted to try to do that. Man, look how fast I am. Okay, so I can't actually get that. I thought I probably could with the Hyper Dash. Of course, if I was Teemo, I could probably wall jump up here like that. That is probably actually possible, but I'm not going to be able to get it. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no way for me to do it. I only have 2 weapons, and, yeah, that's not going to work. Let's see. And that's not going to propel me up. No. Okay. Alright, I'm going to get a couple more souls here, just because I can. It seems like these souls reset. So I might as well grab those. And we're going to go ahead and just exit out. Since we've already beaten this level, we can do the quick escape. Just like so. His unholy speedrunner abilities. Nice, Mike. Yeah, so I actually got a limited ability by picking up that rescue, which was the full life ability. You can only use that once per area, from what I understand. All right, so where do I want to go next? I'm trying to think here. I don't know where I want to go next. let's do the Laser Institute. This is a pretty annoying level. Yeah, this game is like Shiny Philistine summed it up pretty well. It's a lot of people don't like this game because it's rushed. The level design is really sloppy, and you guys will see what I mean later on. Oh, man, it's just crashing all over the place now. Well, at least it crashed there and not before I was able to save it. There's why no. This is exclusive to just this version of the game, and I might actually be tempted to turn on direct draw again just so we get less crashes. Because every time it crashes, it sucks up a couple of minutes of our time. But yeah, so there's one big issue with this game. The level design is kind of sloppy, and it's not necessarily that the level design itself is super sloppy. In a lot of cases. Some levels, like the Laser Institute, I think are really sloppy. But most of the levels are fine on their own. But there's this thing called nightmare effects that go into play. And when the nightmare effects are layered on top of the normal enemy placement, the game is way too chaotic and it's way too difficult for most people. And even for people like me, it's not that much fun because you're just slamming into enemies left and right. You know, regardless the kind of skill you have, like you're probably going to be running into enemies no matter what, and it's just kind of annoying. But you got some other issues too, like Gate as a near end game semi-final boss, High Max as well. Very, very tedious boss fights. You know, there's a lot of stuff like that. Also, it's just kind of lazy in certain regards. Like the cutscenes are just very lazily put together. But the rest of the gameplay I really enjoy, though. You know, I do enjoy that it is a greater challenge. But also, I think because it is a greater challenge, that also alienates a lot of more casual players. People that might have been able to beat Megaman X1, but maybe had a hard time with some other ones, they probably won't like X6 very much, just due to its difficulty alone. But then you factor in all those other aspects, and the game could just be a slog to get through, unfortunately. I'm not trying in Windows XP lane. This is a Windows 98 machine. I don't have Windows XP on it. I can't just snap my fingers and play this on Windows XP right now. I might try it later on, some other time when I bring out my Windows XP machine. But I don't have my Windows XP machine out right now. So, these are the start of the nightmare effects. You notice that these little bugs coming out? That's not a part of this level. That's a nightmare effect. From doing the Amazon stage again. And so now, not only do we have lots of other things going on in this game, but we have little bugs blocking our shots at the same time. Yes, Ridley, I definitely agree with that too. Personally speaking, anyway, I enjoy this soundtrack quite a bit. There are several tunes I really enjoy in this game. Oh! Did I get hit by that bug as it flew off? I think I did. So since I have the hyper dash, the game actually looks like, it looks like it's really sped up. That's just the hyper dash talking. If the game keeps crashing rapidly, you know, I can go re-enable DirectX and see if that helps. But the stream will look like crap when that happens, so... When I played this on Twitch last week, it didn't really start crashing frequently until, like, the end of the playthrough, and I expected the same for this playthrough, to be honest with you. These lasers, you have to get near them, and then they'll point in the direction that you are. This one's kind of stubborn sometimes. See, there we go. Alright, so we want to shoot this one down. I'm not going to actually do the boss first. I want to get the, go to the side area first, because there's another capsule. And like some of these bugs you can't even do anything about either, which makes them really frustrating to deal with. There we go. Alright, so checkpoint, and also we get another capsule. And of course I ran into a bug. Oh. So one issue I have with Megaman X6 is if you press jump again in the air, you will actually air dash. And that's something I keep doing by accident. And I meant to dash there, but I didn't dash. And I just did it again. Why do you... God, I hate that functionality in this game. It shouldn't even exist. You should press the dash button in the air, not the jump button again. It causes me to air dash by accident. That's one thing you don't have to worry about with Unarmored X. At least before you get the armor. Once you get the armor, it starts to become a problem. And you can't cling onto that invisible wall either, unfortunately. But that's okay. The thing about this game is you can just... Oops! Jesus. Alright, whatever. It's not a big deal because in this game, when you continue, you always go back to the checkpoint that you were last at, so it's not really a big deal that I died. So we're gonna actually hit this guy. Oh, and we just lost that. I hope that wasn't an important upgrade. I should have got that guy first, but now he's dead for good. So the nightmares are really annoying. They basically go and zombify the rescues. And when that happens, you lose whatever upgrade was in there. Whatever upgrade they held no longer exists. Well, I hope it wasn't a good one. Yep, James, Unlimited continues, absolutely. Alright, so I'm going to try to shortcut my way up through here, or sequence break, basically. Again, you normally need the shadow armor for something like this. Unfortunately, my invincibility frames aren't that long, so you have to be really quick with this. Well, I might as well just get that. There we go, got it. See, now you can probably see why this game is kind of annoying for some people. It's just you're slamming in the crap left and right. These stupid bugs keep coming out. And you can sort of control that by going and playing a different stage that might implement a different nightmare effect. But some nightmare effects are just extremely annoying, no matter how you look at it. I like the concept of nightmare effects, but I feel like the implementation probably would have fit better in a different game. Not this game. Like, look at all those guys blocking my shots. Alright, so now we're gonna fight High Max. And the trick with High Max is you have to get him stunned with the charge attack, and then you have to use a boss special weapon against him. Otherwise, you won't actually damage him. But it has to be certain boss special weapons. I don't think you can use, for instance, the bug boss's weapon on him. I forgot what his name was. Oh yeah, the lights out? Yeah. You know, I actually don't mind that one that much, because at least it doesn't obstruct me with physical objects that can hurt me or block my shots. It can definitely be frustrating for sure, but I really hate it when my shots are blocked. It just makes everything feel a lot more tedious than it should be. Yep, the extra life of the sound, actually, I think several sound effects are missing on this. But yeah, when you pick up an extra life, or you get like a sub tank, or the W tank that I got. No sounds are played. It's weird. Oh. Alright, so now he moves into the center of the screen. We just use our sub-weapons over and over. Alright. Alright, see you, Lane. Oh, and I just realized I didn't do a local recording. Oh well. I meant to do a local recording. I always do that as a backup now, but I completely forgot to do that. Bye, Max. Okay. Yeah, so Gates is open already, which is kind of strange. Maybe he's open because we defeated High Max. Okay. Damage barrier, energy saver, super recover, weapon plus. I'm gonna go ahead and just stick with the fast dash. Okay, so we're gonna actually go back and defeat that boss. Doing your first playthrough of Megaman 11? Well, I mean, there's no pain here, right, Zio? The only pain is the crashes. But Megaman 11 is a great game, dude. Enjoy it. I need to go back and play that sometime soon, again. So this level is actually really short if you don't go to the alternate area. Thanks, James. I'm glad you enjoy them. Yeah, use them. That's what they're there for. Ah, Ridley says beating High Max unlocks gate. Oh, so the fourth zero is the fourth fight is definitely glitched out then, since beating High Max unlocks gate. And then unlocking gate makes Dynamo appear. According to what you said. Yeah, so it's not even based on soul count. Because you have to fight High Max before you fight Dynamo. Yeah, no, it is harder. But you have to make sure you're using the gears, Red. Like, those are, the game's designed around the gears. If you don't use the gears, the game is going to be a lot more difficult. Just tanking at this point. Really makes you want an X9. Hopefully, I mean, they could make an X9. I'd be down for it. Especially if they cut back on the unnecessary story elements, like make it a little more old school in its design. Make it a little more like X1 through 3 in regards to story instead of X4 through X6. Like, have it be like Mega Man 11, where it's just really nice and focused on the gameplay. Nice, we opened up another slot. So we'll do damage barrier. Alright, so we're done with the Laser Institute, and I don't know if I really want to do the North Pole area yet. Let's let's do the Central Museum. Yeah, because there's a weapon here we can get, which will help us do some other skips, which will be nice. So. Alright, so there's a capsule in this level as well, but whether it appears or not is completely random. So, I mean, there are some design choices in this game that just kind of make you scratch your head and in awe. You're like, huh? Alright, so we have to kill these totems. Sometimes the fastest way of doing that is using your Giga attack. And after you kill 2 of these, the big head comes out. Yeah, pretty much Ridley. The RNG could be really crazy in this level. Oh! I didn't jump fast enough. Oh, no. Oh, this is gonna be a pain. I might not actually be able to do this. I got a really bad generated level set. These levels themselves are randomly generated, too. Which is neat on paper. But it can make things extra frustrating. Hey, Raymond. Take it easy, man. Sorry I wasn't able to go live earlier. We had to lose you early. But we'll see you next time, I'm sure. So take care, man. Look at that. Now imagine if I... Imagine if I was unarmored X right there. We might actually have to get a game over. This actually hasn't happened to me with the Falcon armor. You know, with regular X, yeah, but not with the Falcon armor. Oh look, it regenerated itself again. So it seems like it's changing even after every death. But look at this, there's still no way for me to get through this. Oh, just barely. Okay, that's good. I'm just glad I don't have to redo the whole level. Hey, Crestline. There's our heart tank. Hey, Krusty. And hey, Surrealton. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're gonna get the capsule. So we'll have to come back later for that. Yeah, no capsule. Yeah, something I didn't mention earlier, but you can actually duck in this game, just like you could in Megaman X5. So that is actually helpful at certain points. There's also a teleporter crystal as well on this level. But we didn't run into it this time. This is probably... Actually, you know what? This might actually be the easiest boss in the game. You can just jump over him and shoot him. But he gives you a rock attack that can be used to help with some jump skips. Or some sequence breaks, I should say. Wow, he's not doing much right now. There you go. He'll eventually bring out a boulder that is like over half the screen high. It's pretty cool. But sometimes he can just loop back and forth in what's basically easy mode. Even James goes, I could beat that boss. We're gonna try that one more time just to see if we can get the capsule. Look at how much easier this is. Like, why couldn't it give me these spawns last time? Or this design last time? Is it time sensitive? No, it's not. It's just random. No, we didn't get it. I thought we might have gotten it. No. Wrong room. Oh, we get some more guys. And some more souls. No, it's not like that. This is completely random. Completely random. Oops, I died. It's okay. The good thing about dying is that you get your weapon energy back. I'm gonna skip that, because I don't trust it. Sometimes when we go through those, the game crashes. But I think we actually missed our opportunity for the capsule, but we'll see. There's one more that we can do. That was good. Oh, capsule! Hell yeah. Ah. All right. That was good. So, we got the capsule, which is fantastic. And it looks like we've got the slot for one of these, so I will do weapon recover. Unfortunately, we can't use these yet. So actually what I'm going to do is disable damage barrier, use speedster instead. So we'll be extra fast. We'll be able to make maybe longer jumps, but we'll be moving faster along with dashing faster. Okay, so we're going to try the North Pole area. Hey, see ya, Shiny Philistine. Take care. Thank you once again for your super chat earlier. I appreciate it. Why are you doing this to me? Ugh. Alright, well, having to reboot my system, this is a good time to, this is good patchy rake material. We'll have a minute or two of just Windows loading again. Yeah, it's crashing fairly consistently now. It's like once every couple levels now. When I installed this for the first time last week and played it, it didn't crash until I got to Sigma stage, I believe. So she's right next to my computer. My computer is like literally right here. My webcam is on top of it. So what I'm going to do here, I don't want to do this. I'm going to re-enable DirectX. And then we're going to play, and if it crashes again, then I'm just going to... Actually, let me reboot again. No patches for this game? No one even knows about this game. There's like no information on the web about this version of the game. Yeah, there's nothing from what I can find. Yeah, so I re-enabled DirectX and I rebooted my machine again just to be safe. Do I have to start over? No. We saved our progress, James. We saved our progress, then it crashed, so we'll be fine. We didn't lose any progress basically. So this is the version, by the way, for those of you guys wondering. My CD drive is ridiculous. It's like... I'm sorry, Patchouli. She's like, what was that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shouldn't have made like a cat growling sound, but that's what my CD drive sounds like. Megaman X6 brought to you by Patchouli. She's like, okay, I'm going back to sleep.
X6.
Alright, so 1, 2, 8. Okay, cool. Alright, so Megaman X6, smeared mode. Oh, it looks so bad. Quick charge. That could actually be useful. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Oh, that's right, we have to disable the frame skipping. Oh no! We've got the shadow zeros. That can make things a little annoying. That's one of the nightmare effects. I believe that's the nightmare effect for the museum level that we just completed. Alright, so we just hit a checkpoint. Oops. Alright, so what I'm going to try here is... let's switch over to the rock. Okay, I messed that up. Let's try this again. Nice, we got it. That's tough to get. So the rock will give you a little bit of extra distance if you use it mid-air. Same with your Giga attack. So, sort of a way to slightly extend your jumps. So, unfortunately, we actually can't go to this area yet, apparently. Which is fine. I'd actually rather go and just beat this boss first. Because we're gonna have to anyway. Thanks, Tony. Oh, that's not good. Blocks, please. What are you doing? They're filling up the whole left-hand side of the screen first. I think these blocks are completely random, by the way. Just like a lot of stuff is in this game. There we go. Good. Checkpoint. So for this part, you have to jump before these appear. Otherwise, you will die. Oh, I didn't get him. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about blocks being completely random, is they're gonna eventually do really weird things that you haven't seen before. It's both a blessing and a curse. 'Cause sometimes they'll just do things you don't want, and you'll just end up getting screwed, and you'll die. Alright, good. Alright, that's it for all the comrades. Although there's an alternate path we'll be going to with more comrades. One of them has... or more rescues. One of them has a pretty important item. I forgot what it was, but we'll get it. And we'll see. But beating this boss first is actually good because it'll help me get to one of those guys. Although I might actually show you sort of a way to sequence break again. So there's a fire boss in this game, and having his weapon is this guy's weakness. I was gonna say, he wasn't doing much. Hey, Brad. Yeah, it might be the jumper part. Yeah. Stretchy kitty. What you doing, Patchouli? Yeah, I am getting good boss patterns tonight. Alright. Okay, nothing else I want. Okay, let's do the recycle lab next. So I think we have to do Blaze Heatniks first, before going back to the ice stage. These fireballs will come down from the sky and they'll bust open these walls. Well, I mean, we've only played one level, Carlos. We don't know if the crashing is resolved.
Ready?
Where you going, Patchouli? So there's a fun little thing you can do here. You can actually sit your mech here, and the crusher will never be able to come down past the mech. Fun little trick there that someone taught me on Twitch a little while ago. Alright, checkpoint. Lane is back. Welcome back. Oh!
Ready?
I used my sword by accident. And it got me killed. Alright, see ya, James. Take it easy. Sleep well. Oh no. Crap. Well, we lost that one. Hope it wasn't anything good. Probably wasn't, but it's always sad when I lose one. Hey, Society! Thank you for that super chat. Hope you're doing well tonight, hanging out with your cat too. Alright, this part's really tough. Oh. Wow, having that hyper dash helped out a lot. I died there a ton last time I played this. Alright, so what we're gonna do is kill these guys. And I'm gonna have to kind of do what I did on the ice stage with the, you know, using items to help me get past these gaps. So let me switch over to the rock. I jumped way too early. Nice, I didn't even need the rock. And I pressed the wrong button too, I switched weapons. Yeah, thanks again, Society, I appreciate it. We will, there, just for that.
I can't reach you, but Julie, this is as far as I can reach. You're too far away.
Yeah, so the, oh, it recognized the X key. Interesting, that was weird. So it's like the X key can apparently only be used for story. That's odd. So we're gonna end up fighting Dynamo here. So that'll give us some more souls. Well, she's certainly happy that she can hang out with me on stream now. That's one of the perks of rearranging my recording room. My game room / recording room. Alright. Alright, so Dynamo time. So Dynamo's weakness is the rainy turtleoid weapon. So you hit him with his weakness, and then you shoot him regularly, and then he'll drop these green souls 3 times. They're worth a little bit more than normal souls. Oops. And that's it.
Jenna.
Alright, let's see what we've got now. So we're going to actually go back to that level 2 and finish it normally. The Raining Turtle's weapon is also this guy's weakness too, which is nice. So,
Ready?
all right, back to the grind. So if you play on extreme mode, a lot of these enemies that shoot projectiles, their projectiles can't be destroyed on extreme mode, which makes them a lot more difficult to deal with. Like these guys right there. On normal, you can destroy their projectiles. All right. All right, so this is probably one of the tougher parts in the game. Especially if you're trying to do it as unarmored X. But we'll see how we do here. Well, he's going to come back. So if you don't collect the souls in time, the nightmares come back once. Alright, so now we have to duck. Or we die. Duck or die. Oh, that's bad. Alright, this part coming up is a pain. Right here. Another heart tank. A lot of the heart tanks in this game are just like right out in the open. Alright, mini boss time. Alright, so for this part you need to hit the pink ones. And then duck. Oh, come on. What I could do is probably charge this up. 0 through 10. This is the game rank in the franchise. That's actually not working. Well, I'm going to talk about just just the first 6 games. That's not working either. I'll talk about the first 6 games. I would put it ahead of X5. So... yeah, I mean, for me personally, it's X1, X4, X2... and I'm trying to think whether I'd put this before this or X3 first. I'm not paying attention now. Trying to figure out if I'd put this or X3 first. X3 is probably the better game. It's better made, but there's a lot more I like about this one. Like, the enemies are actually fun to fight, for one. Like normal enemies. I don't know. Of the first 6 X games, it's definitely on the back half, but it's not the worst. X5 probably shouldn't be last, but it's got a lot of lazy aspects to it. The constant Alia pop-ups are really annoying. The level design is extremely basic in X5. And it's not that challenging either. Extreme mode is very difficult in this game. Like, if you want a challenge, play this on extreme mode. I've got a live stream of it from last year where I did that, and I got my ass handed to me. We ended up making it all the way through the game, but it was extremely difficult. And hey, Nate, how's it going, dude? Welcome back. How's your Saturday night going? And yeah, the game is hard. Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I put it up higher than some people do, is like, this game is actually a challenge for me. Whereas other games in the series, I can kind of like sleepwalk my way through. But like X3 is one of those games I don't really have to put a lot of effort into when I play it. But I don't enjoy fighting as regular enemies, and I don't enjoy the soundtrack as much. And, you know, so things like that bring it down for me. Although, playing it a couple times on PC a few weeks ago, I don't know, I kind of like bumped it up a few notches for me. Thanks for the GG, I appreciate it. Alright, so we don't have to go back to that level now, which is nice. Oh, man. Okay. We don't have to go back there either. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the Infinity Maginian. And, there's our shock buffer that Carlos kept talking about earlier. There you go, Carlos. We're playing this on the regular difficulty mode, so we don't really need the shock buffer. We need that on extreme mode, but on normal mode, we don't really need it. It's not necessary. Alright, so Weapon Center. This is going to be a crazy level. This level is very, very busy. And then combined with the nightmare effects, this is a perfect demonstration of what I was talking about earlier, with things just being way too chaotic in this game, which is going to be a major turnoff for a lot of players. It really amps the difficulty up big time. Oh, and when I first played this game back in when it first came out, I bought it right when it came out on PS1. I played this level first as Unarmored X. And yeah, needless to say, it really soured my perceptions of this game. Alright, so we need to switch over to this. But basically, yeah, someone made a Final Countdown reference. They always do. When you know how to play the game is a lot more enjoyable. I will say that. You don't have to know how to play it well. But if you know how some things work, the game is definitely a lot more enjoyable. Weaknesses, things like that. Oops. That guy up top is kind of hard to get. Hey, Manfred, welcome back. But I mean, if you're a Megaman X fan and you haven't played this, but you've played the others, and you want a challenge, definitely give this a try. And have a walkthrough handy so you understand how the game works. Alright, so what I'm going to do is switch over to ice. And, oh, actually, you know... No, I'm not going to be able to. I was going to say I can use that block as a platform. Oh, I can use this block as a platform. Yeah, okay. There we go. I was going to use ice, but... See, the ice block, you can use it as a small platform. But I was able to use the crushing block instead. That's the nightmare effect of the trash compactor level. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and take this. This is the alternate way. So we'll have to fight not Hymax, Dynamo again. But we'll get our capsule here. So for the capsule, you just literally walk left. But it's off screen, so you might not know to walk left. But you can. Yeah, this part of the alternate route, it's gonna be really hard to get all the Reploids. I totally agree. Oh, crap. I air dashed again by accident. I keep doing that. Although I think I did that because I double tapped right in the air. So there are multiple ways to air dash. You can press the dash button in the air like that. You can press the jump button in the air, or you can double tap. So there are a lot of ways to accidentally air dash and kill yourself early by accident. Oops. We're going to be repeating this section a lot. But every time you get, you know, one of these rescues, you get an extra life. So... You know, I'm gonna switch over to this. Wait, where did the other guy go? I didn't get him. I wonder if it counted as a kill. Oh, that sucks. Okay, let's go ahead and just fight Dynamo again. Oops. And then we'll come back to this level after that. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go to the fire level next, actually. Because I need that trash compactor nightmare effect. I need that going. Oops. Hey, hey, Deadly. Hey, see ya, Society. Have a good night. Thanks once again for your super chat. There's some more kitty cam for you before you go. Hey, you. Alright, so we have access to the blade armor now, too. Okay, so unfortunately... Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to go back to the trash compactor level. Because this guy's nightmare effects are going to be affecting these stages. Well, I don't know. Let's see if it appears. It probably won't. So we can also do the blade armor now. Blade. Yeah, I started doing the kitty cam on Thursday's stream, and people liked it, so... as long as she's in here, I'll keep doing that. I made a separate template just for the camera, so I can... Oh, it just crashed! I blame Carlos. Thanks, Carlos. You jinxed us. Well, in that case, I'm turning off the screen filter, then. Oh! Yeah, DirectX just broke. Yeah, so I mean, I guess I'm gonna turn the filter back off then. So, I can't re-enable it. The game apparently broke Direct Draw, so, yeah. Yeah, so we had to restart the computer. Thanks, Carlos. I thought we were good too, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, so this game just has a problem with DirectX in general. It's not DirectX's fault. It's crappy programming, I'm guessing. So, I mean, since it's going to crash with the filter, I'm going to just disable the filter again because it looks a lot nicer. it doesn't look like someone vomited all over the screen. Hey, Leo. And for those of you stopping in for the first time, this version, I can't get the full motion videos to display. Yeah, so no FMV, unfortunately. Alright, so it was 1, 2, 8. Hey, Joseph, welcome back. Welcome back to Megaman X6 Crash Fest version. Super recover damage barrier, damage converter, shock buffer, energy saver. Okay, so let's try this again. And now we have the blade armor. So we'll mess around with the blade armor for a little bit. I don't usually use it. I prefer Falcon. The blade armor, it takes longer to do air dashes, but he can dash vertically, which is interesting. Ah, Crash Fest, my favorite version. Yeah, again, this is the Korean version of Megaman X6. And it definitely doesn't appear to be the most polished thing out there. I need to make sure he can still charge. Okay, he can. Cool. So these are the infamous donuts. Wow, his charge deck is terrible against these things. So the donuts have 4 cores. And you're better off using boss sub-weapons on them. And tanking for lots of damage. If you want to do rapid damage on these things, you really need to use charge attacks. Got it. Any particular reason for the Korean version? Because it's the only version that exists. There is no USA version of this. And no Japanese version either. Oops. So this is good. The compactor blocks are still appearing, which these are needed in order to get to the alternate route and the sub tank. Oops! I keep dashing in the I keep dashing midair when I don't want to. It's really aggravating. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and Okay, we're gonna come up here first. We're gonna go and do this room because there are 2 separate rooms you can do, sort of alternate routes, if you will. And that's the Giga attack for the blade armor, which is actually pretty good. This is really large sword attack. My big problem with the blade armor is its charge attack for its Mega Buster charge attack just isn't that good. We're gonna go ahead and charge this up. Boom. That does a lot of damage. And again. And there it is. Okay, so I don't want to go through that door. I'm gonna die. I basically wanted to come here to try to get the other Reploid rescues. And we're gonna take the bottom path the next time we come here. But for now, we're gonna go get our, damn it. Come on. I did that by accident. I have to kill myself again. Yeah, so I was trying to dash vertically, and I ended up dashing straight. So, more rescues here. And this part is tricky. You have to actually use this weapon here, which breaks these blocks. And there we go, we get another capsule. This might actually do it for the shadow armor, come to think of it. I'm trying to remember if there were any other capsules. Yeah, we're gonna use the shadow armor at the end of the game. It makes the last Sigma stage a lot easier. And that's something I've never done before up until this past week. It makes the last Sigma fight really easy too. You kill Sigma in like 4 hits. Otherwise, it's actually a pretty tough Sigma fight. The second form, particularly. The first form's is pretty easy, no matter how you cut it, but the second form is tough. Very difficult to avoid taking damage. Alright, so we get to fight Dynamo again. But again, the benefit to fighting him is that you get to get some souls. Yeah, the charge saber with the shadow armor is very, very powerful in certain cases. Certain cases, not all cases. But it's extremely powerful in Sigma's second form. Alright. Still no extra slot, unfortunately. But that's okay. Alright, so we're gonna go back and fight this guy again. Yeah, we've got the shadow armor now. Very cool. Okay, so... yeah, we'll mess around with... do I want to? Yeah, we'll mess around with Blade again. Its charged up sword attack, its Giga attack is actually pretty good. Alright, let's see what I'm gonna do here. Let's use this. Alright, so first I'm gonna do this. I went off screen. I thought it was gonna freeze in place. Okay. Let's switch back to this. So we're gonna have a little bit of a cameo from Storm Eagle. Unfortunately, when you take a hit, it cancels out the charge attack. You can also just use these weapons normally. Nope, I'm just gonna tank. Just take those hits. I just want my next checkpoint. That's all I care about. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I hear a lot of people say they don't like the donuts, but I don't mind them, really. You can destroy them really quickly. Let's go ahead and just use this. Alright, so like I said, we're going to take the bottom route. And let me select... Let's see what I've got here. Okay, the Giga attack is back. We're going to use this. Woo! Look at that damage. Let's go ahead and use one of our sub-tanks. There you go. Yeah, do not do this stage first. And I don't recommend doing it as Unarmored X ever, really. I made that mistake the first time I played this. I played through the whole game as Unarmored X on my first playthrough. Alright, see you, Lane. Take care. Have a good night. Okay, so I actually have, I can go ahead and use that. Get all my weapon energy back. And, so we're gonna go ahead and use the Storm Eagle one. And you can defeat it that easily. All right, one more. Wow. I wasn't expecting it to kill the whole thing because the other two weak points were below the screen, and I didn't think they could still be hit. But I'll take it. Alright, let's go ahead and use this. Nice. Yeah, the special weapons are pretty useful. There's definitely one thing I can give this credit for is having some useful special weapons. Alright, we're making our way pretty far into the game now. We don't have a whole lot else to do. So I've done everything on the fire stage, and I need to come back here. But we're going to actually go back to this level so we can get its alternate areas as well. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm going to switch back to Falcon, actually. Yeah, we're going to switch back to Falcon. If I wanted to, I could actually switch to the Shadow Armor. But, yeah, I'm not going to do that because I want to show you how to sort of sequence break one of these parts. And if I have Shadow Armor, I can't do that. Oops. Ah, come on. I keep jumping before I press the dash button. It's really annoying. It's my fault, but it's still annoying. Hey, Joseph, welcome back. Yeah, so we've got fireballs now, and that opens up this area. Alright, and since we have the old ice block, we can go ahead and place that, jump on it. Oh, crap. Please kill him, kill him, kill him! Oh my god, for Christ's sake, man. Well, we just lost one. That's not good. Okay, so I actually apparently can't get up there yet. I need the jumper ability. That's terrible. Okay, so I'm gonna come down here. Oops. Let's not talk about that, Joseph. We don't need to talk about that stuff here. Alright, so this is gonna be pretty tricky. So one thing I can do is try to bait this guy down here, fall like that. Use the invincibility frames to get across that. But with the shadow armor, I can just walk on those spikes.
Ready?
Alright, so you can sort of cheese your way through this part by triggering those fireballs.
Ready?
But we want those fireballs to spawn a little bit earlier. Just like those would probably be good. Oh! I didn't slam into it in time. There we go. Oh, no, no, no. I fell down way too early. I thought that that was the place I needed to fall down into, but I'm not paying attention. That's it right there. Okay. Bam, just like that. So I think that's the jumper power-up that I think Brad had mentioned earlier. So now, the kind of the normal way to get through that is, not really normal, but it is a way to get through it, is you can use the ice block, just like that. Or you can use the shadow armor, which he can walk on spikes. Oh yeah, I know, Brad. I was getting there. But I learned about the taking advantage of the iframes earlier this week when I played it. Because I got down there without the ice block or the shadow armor. A little bit tricky with the ice physics. Oops. But that's one of the reasons I like this game as much as I do, is that there are a lot of different ways to get items. A lot of different ways that aren't obvious, and you know, so you can take advantage of getting damaged and using invincibility frames. You can take advantage of sub-weapons. You can take advantage of your Giga attacks. You can take advantage of, you know, all sorts of stuff to get items early. It really adds, you know, for a lot of replay value. Really gives the game a lot of replay value. Okay, so let's go ahead and go over here. Okay, we got another slot open, which is great. Man, we've got a lot of upgrades, too. So there we go. We've got Jumper now. And with Jumper, we can actually go back to the ice level and get the leftover power-ups. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to unlock our last slot. Because, and actually, you know what's funny about that? If I was using the blade armor, I could have gotten it. Because the blade armor can dash vertically. So I wasn't thinking on that level. I thought I could actually get up to the two Reploids by using the ice block and jumping off it, but I still couldn't jump high enough. So that was my fault. I should have thought more before doing that. Oops. Oh jeez. Yeah. You have to either play this normally or rush through it. If you rush through it, you can get past all these without taking a hit. But you have to be really fast with it. If you get stuck behind, then you're going to get hit by every set of rocks. And so if you have the jumper ability, that's probably the regular way to get up here. But we skipped our way up here earlier. Which again, it's one of the things I like about this game, is there's so many different ways to get through, or get to various different areas in the game. Okay, so let's drop our ice block. Jump on that, and there we go. That's how I normally do it, because I don't usually use the blade armor. But having the blade armor is better. I'm not going to bother fighting Dynamo again. I could if I wanted to, but it's not really worth it, if you ask me. So I think you need... What do you need? Maybe someone out there knows. How many souls do you need to get your 5th slot? I want to say it's 10,000 or something like that, or 9999. And Dynamo only gives you a couple hundred when you fight him, so it's really not worth doing another Dynamo fight. Alright, so now we get to go fight this boss. This is probably the worst of the normal bosses in the game. Yeah, let's do it. Max out your soul count. Yeah, that's what I thought, Douglas. Yeah, I think it goes up to 9,999. Oops. This actually isn't a bad spot to grind out for health. Because these airplane enemies keep appearing. And when they do, a lot of times they drop health. I meant that with the boss, mini-boss being there, not this guy. Not this part. See, this, look at how chaotic this is. It's just, this would get on, I think, most people's nerves, to be honest with you. Favorite boss? I don't really have a favorite boss, to be honest. There are too many good bosses. I can't name just one. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be grinding out for that 5th slot, but that is good to know. I was wondering how to do that earlier this week, and I had a feeling it was maxing out your souls. I just couldn't remember. Alright, so this guy is really tricky. He clones himself and makes for a really claustrophobic, cluttered fight. You also don't want to attack him too quickly because he'll start blinking. Not blinking, but he'll have this little sort of energy absorption sort of looking thing. effect going on him. And when that happens, he'll start getting health back when you hit him. Alright, let's try to finish him off with... I keep cycling past it. And there we go. Yeah, no, guard shell is a pain to use in this fight. Ugh. Yeah, I actually tried that earlier this week, and it was definitely a pain to deal with. Thanks, Carlos. The charge guard shell move. Yeah, no, actually, that's what I was talking about. That's the only... I don't use guard shell without charging. Personally speaking. But I don't remember the shots from the guard shell actually doing much damage to him. Look at that, we're missing just one upgrade. Oh, man. And it was probably one of the guys that got killed. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave this as is. Okay, so we're gonna go to Gates stages. These are the last levels in the game. So we're nearing the end of the game. We're gonna go ahead and just stick with Falcon for this part. So using Falcon, or Blade, or Unarmored X, God forbid, makes this level a little bit tricky. Shadow Armor is a lot better for this level itself, but Shadow Armor is not very good for the boss fight. So it's a little bit of a conundrum. Some people use Shadow and just deal with the boss with Shadow. But what I'm going to do is switch over to Ice. Yeah, we are going to fight High Max again. He's not going to be too bad. He's just tedious. He's not hard, he's just tedious. Oops, wrong way. Hey, where are my sub-tanks at? I just have one full, that's it. Falcon Punch and Falcon Knee. I kind of like that on this level some X4 enemies appear. Kind of a nice throwback. You don't see them at any other point in the game. This is ridiculous. Way too much going on. It's like they just copy and pasted in a bunch of enemies in their editor. And we're just like, okay. All right, let's publish the game, guys. Testers were probably like, do you think that we should test this level first? Nah, it's fine. We're expert level designers. Oh! Why did that come back up?
Ready?
That didn't come back up last time. Maybe I was just a lot faster last time. Yeah, that's it. I was just way faster last time. Alright, this is an auto-scroller. Alright, here we go. Time for some fun. I'm gonna switch over to this. This guy has a huge health bar too. Oh, come on. That was cheesy. Yeah, this boss is really trollish. I'm gonna go ahead and just tank. In my opinion, this is one of the hardest bosses in the whole X series. Oh, come on. There we go. Got it. Hey, Obsidian. Welcome back. Gate? Yeah, a gate I think is more annoying than hard, personally speaking. As long as you've got, you know, your sub-weapons and whatnot, it's not as bad. My cat just woke up, turned around, and started meowing at me. What you doing? What you doing, Julie? There you go. Kitty break. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and just stick with Falcon here. Yeah, Gate is definitely poorly designed. I mean, so is High Max. High Max is not hard, he's just a time waster. Major, major time waster. And then Gate is just like the epitome of poor game design. Alright, let's switch over to this. There we go. Okay, well, we already have most of our sub-tanks back, which is interesting. I don't know if it's a glitch with this version, but I found that your sub-tanks will just magically refill themselves somehow. I don't know how it works or why. Like, even when you continue, maybe that's normal, and I just never noticed it before. Okay, so there's actually a trick for this part as well. So let me go ahead and switch over to ice. You can drop a block of ice and then jump up high. It'll trigger that platform. And now we can actually jump up to that and skip a bunch of totems that are really annoying to deal with. You only play the first, but it brings back great memories of playing X Command Mission. Interesting. Trash heap of a game. I saw a review on that not too long ago, and I was like, ugh, man, I'm kind of glad I never played that. Oh, health drops. Okay, Surrealton. That explains things. Okay, yeah. Well, that totally explains things then. It's the same in this version then. So my sub-tanks are getting added to even with regular health drops. I mean, even when my health isn't full. Alright, so for this part right here, I'm going to sort of skip my way up too. Oh, look at that. That was a good pattern. I didn't have to do anything. That doesn't usually happen, by the way. Alright, so we get to fight High Max now. Hey, Kevin, welcome back. Yeah, this is a very annoying level. If you try to play through it normally, I highly recommend trying to learn how to skip through these parts. Otherwise, it's really frustrating. Alright, so this is the most tedious fight in the game. Look at how little damage I just did. Crestline's laptop just crashed. A lot like my game here. Crash Man is busy tonight. Indeed he is. As the fight goes on, he starts giving you better patterns that'll open him up for attack. Kind of like this. Yeah, he is by far probably the most time-consuming boss I've played in probably the entire series, to be honest with you. You might be able to destroy him faster with the shadow armor. Supposedly you can bust through his shield a lot easier. The problem is when you break his shield, you only have a few moments to hit him. And you have to hit him with a charge attack. You can't hit him with a regular attack. Yeah, one thing I do want to do on a future playthrough is try to use the shadow armor here. But from my understanding is after you beat him, you go right into the next gate stage. And so there's no... you can't save after this, and so you're stuck with shadow armor on gate. Which that might make gate harder. Shadow armor can destroy gate spheres easily. Yeah, the problem with that is you have to get close to those spheres and they explode right into you. If you use other forms of armor and you use your boss sub-weapon, you can destroy a lot of the spheres from a distance. Oh, Zero's upward swing can, upward fire swing can stun him. Nice. Yeah, that is true too, Ridley. Yeah. Okay, let's actually switch back to this. Let's forget about these guys. Alright, switch back. You know what? I don't even care. I'm just gonna slam my way through these guys. This level design is so annoying. And the last time I played this, it actually crashed after beating Gate. So I had to come back and do these last two stages all over again. That was fun. Lots of slowdown on this part. Oops! I touched the side of the spikes. That's probably the jump right there Ridley was talking about. After we beat this level, Carlos, yes, we are at the boss rush. Yeah, that's why I usually recommend playing as Falcon or Blade on this level. Because some of those jumps are really nasty. Alright. Oh, and you know what? I realized I missed an area too. We have to go back. So once we beat this fight, we can go back to another level. Alright, let's see what I want to do here. So one strategy was actually using the shell. Oops. I took my hand off the controller. God, this is not working out how I wanted to. Mighty Gunvolt? Yes. If you're talking Mighty Gunvolt with, the Mighty Number 9 character in it? Yeah, I actually have that. I haven't played, Azure Striker Gunvolt. I want to. I want to get the version on Switch. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and use this. Oops. Alright, let's try a different sub-weapon, actually. So now he can break the platforms out from underneath your feet, which is pretty annoying. Oh man, that just missed him barely. Oh, come on. Yeah, actually, this isn't a good one. That red one kind of sucks too, because it eats your inputs. Yeah, this is not a good sub-weapon to use. I'm actually still kind of experimenting here, to be honest with you. Like, I haven't tried some of these before. That red one is awful. Yeah, I think the fire works best here, for me. Bam. Because I can do a charge buster attack into that, then one hit, and the ball gets destroyed. Just like that. Yeah, much better strategy. Okay. Well, it's just called Azure Striker Gunvolt, not Mighty Gunvolt. Mighty Gunvolt Burst is the 8-bit looking one that has the character from Mighty Number 9 in it. That's the one I have. I don't have Azure Striker Gunvolt. I want to get that, though, because, yeah, they look good. Yeah, so I actually meant to come back here earlier, and I never did. Yeah.
Ready?
Here's Infinity Maginian's nightmare effect. Makes everything go dark. Okay, so we need to come up here to the right. Because there was another rescue right there. And for this, we need to fall down to the right.
Ready?
So I don't think there are any captives here, but there were some up above. Also, if you're trying to get to this area, this is pretty much impossible with Unarmored X. There's a jump right here that you have to make. Right there. I don't think it's possible with Unarmored X. And if that's not possible, this one's not. Or, I mean, if the other one is possible, this one's not possible. Just like that. There we go. I can't talk today. I've been exceptionally tired the last couple days, even though I've gotten a lot of sleep. Ugh. I actually feel like I could go right back to sleep right now. And I only woke up like 4 hours ago. Alright, so this is going to be our last Dynamo fight. But I wanted to come and do this area because we hadn't showed it off. And actually, if we really wanted to, we could go back to the museum area. Because there was also another portal that I missed. But it's not really a big deal. Yeah, I like the backgrounds in this level too. I feel like they did a much better job with the backgrounds in this game than they did in X5. I was playing X5 on PC after I beat this game earlier this week, and I'm surprised at how basic the visuals are in that game in comparison. Like, they almost look like stock pre-rendered photos. It's pretty bad. Stock pre-rendered assets. Cheesing Dynamo is not worth it, Carlos. Not right now anyway. I mean, yeah, it'll take way too long. Yeah, and going to get the portal on this level is probably not worth it either, because whether it appears or not is just random. So, alright, on to Sigma. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and switch over to Shadow so we can have an easier time with the last boss. Plus you guys get to see the Shadow armor, which is cool.
Ready?
So he's got this sword charge attack. And look at that, he can grab on the spikes. So that's why the Shadow armor is good. So Shadow armor basically just has his sword. And he's also got a fairly powerful Giga attack, actually. Which I need to make sure I'm using on these bosses. Alright, let's actually go all the way down to the bottom. We'll fight Infinity Maginian. And I'm going to start off with using that, with his Giga attack. There we go. And he's dead. There we go. So as you kill stuff, your Giga attack will charge back up. So you can actually charge your Giga attack back up on that fight pretty quickly. I was gonna go back to the top to get the health, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Why did I do that? I'm being dumb. Oh! It's so weird playing with air dashes for so long and then not having air dashing. Yeah, that's the better way to do it. Actually, I should have gone up to get the health. Yeah, we're gonna go back up because my my sub-tanks were not very full. And, well, I'm not gonna need them full for Sigma, but, you know, it helps. Because I forgot that Sigma round 2 is just gonna die in a couple hits. He dies ridiculously fast with Shadow Armor. So this is something I didn't do on last year's live stream of this game. We didn't play with Shadow Armor at all. I don't even think we messed with the Blade Armor, to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen him just, like, stick to the ceiling like that. Normally he's on the ground or on the side walls. The RNG is through the roof on this game. Alright, let's go ahead and grab these. Yeah, that built our sub-tanks a little bit. And we should have our Giga attack. Look at all that damage. Nice. Yeah, his Giga attack is crazy powerful. I do like that quite a bit about this armor. Zero can stick up to a ceiling after defeating this guy. Oh, gotcha. I forgot that Zero obtains abilities, physical abilities, just like he does in X4, after you beat bosses. I played Zero once in this game, and it was last year, and I tried Extreme Mode instead of playing the game regularly, and that was a mistake. That was a little over a year ago. Look at this. Uh-oh. There's the big rock I was talking about from earlier. It's really interesting that he can just hold on to a wall. I'm not used to that. It's a nice feature. Alright, I think this is our last one. Hopefully the game doesn't crash when we teleport. Oh, come on. Yeah, and I keep forgetting I can just sit there. Just like that. Look at that. If you're having an anxiety attack, you should probably get away from the computer. I don't think it's going to help that much. But everyone's willing to talk here. If you want to talk. Alright, cross your fingers. Looks like he's showing off his shell. Yeah, Zero... That's the biggest thing I remember about Zero, too, is he died really quickly. I think that was one of the things that was frustrating about Extreme Mode in particular with Zero. Alright guys, well this is the last stretch of the game. Not much more after this. It's just Sigma and that's it. Alright. This this PC version, yeah, it's exclusive to Korea. Let's see. Okay, so I do have my Giga attack. Let's go ahead and use that. Alright, and this is Sigma form number 2. You can only hit him when his mouth is open. And when his mouth is open, he's usually doing very powerful attacks. Look at that damage, it's crazy. Ah. That was still a pretty terrible fight. I took a lot of hits, but that is it. That is how you beat Sigma easily. And if you're trying to do it with just X, any armored version of X, it's a lot more difficult. Thanks, Carlos. So there's not much to the ending, really. Some text bits and whatnot. So what's going to happen here, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and end the stream after this ending rolls out. I decided I'm pretty hungry right now, so I'm going to go out and get some food before one of the places closes. And so we'll let the credits roll out, and I'll talk for a couple more minutes, and then, yeah, that'll be it. So that was Megaman X6 for PC. Again, this version was only released over in Korea, apparently. Never got a North American release, and I don't even think it got a Japanese release. So, but, and I'm going to actually lower that a little bit, because I don't want to get a copyright claim. So apparently some of this is licensed music. So, am I going to head over to Twitch? Yes, I am, Leo. I think I want to try to finish up Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, which we started last week. And then, once I finish that, I'm going to think about doing a YouTube stream of that. How much did it cost me? It cost me $60. And it only cost me $60 because it was the only one available. And it came bundled with X5 as well. The Korean X5. So, I had to get X5 with it, unfortunately. Not unfortunately, actually, because the Korean X5 actually has some nice features that aren't in the North American one, like being able to run it in software mode. So, this is it right here. Basically comes in a clear case with a slipcover. And then, here's the X5 that came with it as well, so... Well, it's not as expensive as you thought it would be, but it's a lot more expensive than I had to pay for, say, X4 on PC, which was like $15. You know what I'm saying? And ironically, I got X5 with it, and I had just ordered the US X5 right before that. I didn't think I would need the Korean one, but since it came with X6, Alright, what? Patchouli! Here, play with a game. There, play with another one. And another one. And here you go. She started meowing as I was talking to you guys. What's not on PC? Yeah, just X2. And X1 is unfortunately MS-DOS only. And it constantly crashes on me after the first level, so I can't really get it to work right, unfortunately. So... goofball.
Here. He's back.
When will tonight's stream be posted? I'll try to post it in a few hours. I think it should probably actually be processed pretty quickly. And my Thursday night stream, it's still in processing, apparently. It's only showing up as 360p at the moment. So, hopefully that'll be posted over the next couple of days. We'll see.
Hurry! You keep talking to me.
She keeps talking to us. Oh yeah, Catherine, happy Mother's Day. Respect the shadow armor. I saw that earlier. That's funny, man. You're welcome, Catherine. Good to see you, by the way. Always good to see you. All right. Yeah, so like I said, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. You know, I wanted to do X5 and X6 as a follow-up to my PC X3 and X4 streams. So that actually leaves us with X5, since we just did X6. That leaves us with X5. So I'll try to come back with X5 in a couple of weeks. I need to play through it once on my own just to get used to it again. And then also see if it crashes anywhere like X6 does. But, yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. So I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for watching once again. Archive should, if not posted in a few hours, it'll be posted sometime Sunday today. Maybe in the night. I don't know. We'll see. I'll try to post it earlier because there's no Let's Play this week. So I'll try to get that archive up early for you guys. But, yeah. Yeah, fun stream. Lots of good chat. Thanks, guys, for chatting. I do appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the intermittent cat cam.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the intermittent patchouli cam. And, yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything to announce. Patreon backers, I posted a couple of early Let's Plays to Discord. The patron-only section of Discord. So the post will go up at the normal time on Patreon. But if you want extra early access, make sure you go to that Discord and check out the Patreon-only section. And you can check those out. That also goes for the YouTube channel members that have Discord access, as well as Twitch subscribers. So, uh-oh, she's going to knock my games over. Are you going to knock my games over? Don't do it! Don't do it! No! Some of them landed in the trash, too. Alrighty, folks. Well, that's going to do it. Thanks again for hanging out. I will see you guys on the next one. We'll be back next Thursday with your regularly scheduled programming. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. And until the next one, take it easy.